The people closest to us can sometimes take us by surprise. At the perfect moment, someone we believed we fully understood shares news that changes everything as the laughter slowly fades. Tearfully telling his fans and wife, Kelly Ripa, something that left them stunned. Beloved actor Mark Consuelos, who is not only charming but also a devoted husband and a treasured co-host of the morning program everyone knows and loves, this was truly unexpected. Even after decades of smiling and joking with Kelly on television and what appeared to be an unbreakable marriage, no one saw this coming. But behind that flawless exterior lay a story few could have imagined. A confusing and frightening journey of self-discovery, more intense than any interview could reveal, was made real through Kelly's reaction to Mark's confession. Keep watching, because this story is about to expose a side of Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa that isn't widely known. In the end, you may look at love and even yourself in a completely different way. The spark was lit on a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. Like any other Tuesday morning, the segment was supposed to feel easygoing, with some light-hearted chatter and maybe a funny story about their children. But that day, Mark's tone shifted. His whole demeanor changed. The familiar charming grin he always had on television disappeared for a moment, just vanished. It was the expression of a man about to reveal a long-kept secret. He inhaled deeply, slowly, and then he said it. "For quite some time, I've been trying to prove that I am enough." The room went silent. Kelly's eyes widened slightly, and she glanced at him as if to ask, "Where is this coming from?" You reach a point where success no longer fills the emptiness. According to him, no amount of smiling for the cameras can change how you truly feel. Nobody expected this, not a single person. Mark Consuelos, known for his strength and confidence, let down his guard for the very first time. The raw emotion in his voice was heard by everyone present, along with millions watching from afar. What exactly pushed him to this breaking point? To fully understand that moment, we must go back in time. Mark Consuelos came from a long line of hard-working people. Long before Riverdale, long before Live with Kelly and Mark, long before the fame, he lived a life shaped by discipline and humility. His Mexican and Italian parents instilled in him faith, perseverance, and respect. He didn't come from privilege. Everything he achieved, he earned. His instant attraction to Kelly Ripa, whom he met in the 1990s on the set of All My Children, was undeniable. They secretly tied the knot in Las Vegas in a flash, almost like a scene straight out of the soap opera where they met. Yet even then, Mark carried a quiet weight of uncertainty. As both of their careers skyrocketed, he couldn't shake the nagging thought, "Am I enough?"
Kelly's star rose even higher. Top talk show host, best-selling author, one of America's most beloved TV personalities. Mark didn't feel envy, but something much more fragile. No one is immune to the fear of not knowing if their efforts are truly valued, even by the people closest to them. Fame has a hidden price. Cameras follow you everywhere. Every smile, every step, every gesture could become a headline. In one past conversation, Mark admitted he often felt like a supporting character in someone else's movie. And as Kelly continued receiving praise for her charm, beauty, and intelligence, that feeling only grew stronger. Sometimes Mark felt people only knew him as Kelly Ripa's husband. He loved her deeply. That never changed. This feeling is something many couples quietly understand, loving someone so much that you hide your own insecurities. For years, he stayed silent. But that morning, he couldn't. As Mark spoke those delicate words on national television, Kelly said nothing. She didn't interrupt, she didn't laugh it off, she didn't correct him. She just listened. The moment was captured perfectly on video. Her hands resting on her lap, her eyes soft, her lips pressed together. She said very little, but her silence spoke louder than any monologue. Then, gently leaning in, Kelly whispered, "You've always been enough. You just didn't need everyone to tell you. You already knew." The studio erupted in cheers. But for the people following their journey, it was much more than a touching TV moment. It was a turning point in their marriage, broadcast live. Mark explained later, in a behind-the-scenes clip, why he opened up. He admitted, "I didn't plan to say it. It just came out. I felt like I had to. Not only for myself, but maybe for anyone watching who feels the same way." Kelly later released to People magazine that their honest on-air moment came from many deep conversations at home, far away from studio lights. She supported him, reminding him that while his struggle wasn't new, speaking about it was an act of real courage. Mark had been carrying these emotions for a long time, even channeling them into the darker, brooding characters he played on Riverdale and other shows. Acting became a form of therapy, an outlet for emotions he didn't know how to express. But acting has limits. His real issue wasn't success, it was self-worth. Friends close to the couple said that around the time Kelly released her best-selling autobiography, Livewire, long-winded short stories, the pressure on Mark intensified. Kelly's book was a massive hit. She was praised as a talented writer, comedian, and storyteller. She went on tour. Mark supported her from the front row, cheering her on every step of the way. His pride was real, but that quiet voice in his head also grew louder with every standing ovation
Online
she
trolls
received.
didn't help. Many mocked him as Mr. Kelly Ripa, reducing him to a side character in her success story. Some even questioned whether he was happy living in her spotlight. These comments slowly chipped away at him. Doubt crept in. His confidence dimmed. He began questioning the importance of his own achievements. Kelly eventually noticed. She saw the mood swings. She felt the distance he created after big events. Instead of pushing him, she changed her own approach. In every interview, she brought up Mark's career, his talent, his impact on their family. She reminded the world, and him, of the man she fell in love with. He was more than her husband. He was brilliant, hardworking, and determined. After Ryan Seacrest left the show, producers invited Mark to join as permanent co-host. A major decision. Though it looked like a natural fit to viewers, it required enormous vulnerability. Mark was stepping into Kelly's territory, the place where she shined the brightest. Every day, in front of millions, he had to face every insecurity head-on. Kelly encouraged him, but never forced him. She truly believed he had something meaningful to offer. Her unwavering faith became his anchor. It wasn't about replacing her. It was about finding his space beside her. That journey led to the moment when he finally let it all out on air. Mark Consuelos' emotional confession left Kelly Ripa speechless and deeply moved. His honesty revealed a profound realization that shifted his perspective on life and family. The intensity of his words left a lasting mark on Kelly, who needed a moment to gather herself. It was rare to see Kelly, usually the strong, witty, steady force, left completely breathless. His confession shook her. Though filled with love, her response showed her own vulnerability too. Fans were quick to praise the couple for their honesty. In an age where celebrity relationships are often shallowly examined, Mark and Kelly reminded the world that real love requires transparency, courage, and understanding.